One of the most abhorrent habits that I think we have as a younger generation is treating our elders, those that are generally speaking old enough to be your grandparents, with a great sense of disdain and disrespect. And we go so far as to label them with degrading monikers like old people in quotes, and we just kind of dismiss their importance entirely. And I myself am guilty of having done that. So when I was a teenager, I treated a grandparent or two of mine with much less respect than they deserved. And by the time I realized how wrong I was, it was too late to do anything about it because they had since passed on. And that's one of my biggest regrets. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about why that's the wrong mindset to have, and why instead, as an alternative, you should hold your elders in high regard and treat them with much more respect and deference than you are already. So let's first take a look at where this level of disrespect originates from. And I think it starts with when you first meet somebody that's significantly older than you, the subconscious assumption that they pretty much have always been that way, that they were just born 70, 80 years old or whatever. But that's not the case at all. You have to consciously remind yourself that they once were the same age as you. They once lived a life just like you're living right now. So whether you're 17, 27, 37 years old, they were once on that same level with you. So if you're treating somebody much more poorly just because they're older than you would if they were to be your same age, then you already know you're wrong. Now, another reason why this is so wrong is because it's not fair to hold somebody's age against them. It happens to everybody, and there's nothing you can do about it. You might be able to slow it down, but there's nothing you can do to prevent yourself from outwardly exhibiting the physical signs of aging. So it doesn't make any sense to not respect somebody as though there's some sort of a negative aspect of their character that led them to appear the way that they do. And it makes even less sense to exalt yourself just because you're younger, because that's not due to some redeeming trait of your character. That's just the way that everybody starts off, and eventually you're going to end up just like them. But perhaps most importantly, the only reason you have the luxuries and privileges that you do today is because our society was built on the backs of the previous generations. So it's only because your great-great-grandparents had family values and raised good children that those children were able to grow up and provide for their successive generations until it found its way down to you. And it's only because your elders went to work every day and put that work in that we have railroads, streets, buildings, schools, what have you. So it's very important to appreciate that and recognize that you would be nowhere near where you are today if it hadn't been for the tireless and selfless work of those previous generations. And it's very easy to dismiss all of that because you weren't there to see it all happen, but that doesn't mean it never happens. And if nothing else, it should make you respect your elders even more because they're not going around actively asking for credit for literally sacrificing their entire lives just for you. So the next time you meet somebody that's significantly older than you, don't look down upon them. Instead, respect them. Appreciate the many sacrifices that they've undoubtedly made for you. Recognize that they once lived a life that's just like the one you're living now. Listen to them because you might even learn a thing or two from somebody that's amassed a lifetime's worth of wisdom that you don't have. And just spend time with them because sometimes at the end of the day, that's all somebody wants. It's just to be part of your life. So as always, hope this was insightful for you. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.